Hi guys, good evening all. Yesterday we were discussed about Anaconda Python and we have installed how to install the Anaconda Python. Hopefully everyone have installed Anaconda Python. Am I right? So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the what are the different IDEs. So we install the Python, but where do you write the code? Where do you write the code? So whenever you install the Python, you will work in Anaconda Python, you will work in IDE. IDE. What is the full form of IDE? What is the full form of IDE? Integrated Development Environment. What is Python? Which is Integrated Development Environment. So there are the different IDEs. One is about Spider. Another is Qt console, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, Python. Like there are n number of IDEs. Before we are going to jump into discuss everything, how do you open the IDEs? Where can you see the latest IDEs and everything? Okay, let's go and discuss about that point. And then we'll discuss each one. Okay, let me go. Go to the search button, everyone. Search bar. Can you see the Anaconda Navigator? Can you search everyone? Anaconda Navigator. Can you search everyone? Anaconda Navigator. Let's see. Let it open Anaconda Navigator. It may take 2-3 minutes or 2 minutes of time. First time you open that. So it is initial. This is how it comes. Initializing and all.
Sir, where you have go for to open the navigator?
So go to search button here, and from search button search Anaconda Navigator.
Okay, it's coming after installation, correct?
Yes, yes. After
Yeah.
installation only.
Okay.
That's what everyone have confirmed, right? Installed the
Okay. No, understand,
Python.
sir. Actually, right now I'm joining. Actually, sudden I joined because I am
Okay.
coming from office
You
directly, so
can
that's why. Yes.
when you see here, they are this is the environment. This is how it looks like Anaconda Navigator. Here in the Anaconda Navigator, you can see the community. As we said that, remember on the left side, you can see the home, environment, learning, and the community. One of the basic
Okay.
point we mentioned that Python is having a huge, large community. That means if you go to the community where the people talks a lot about this, there is a forum, right? Anaconda community, right? Stack Overflow, Bouquet Overflow. These are the explore and everything. These are the different communities. These are the different platforms where you can learn multiple things. For example, Anaconda blog, NumPy project mailing, Anaconda blog. Let's say engage. Automatically search by topic. If you write topic, Anaconda culture, practitioner, make blog series, enterprise, multiple things, right? You can see this. And similarly, let's see. Similarly, here you can see learning. You can see the learning. Here there are a lot of topics about each point. For example, I want to learn about Jupyter Python tutorial. Can you see the Python tutorial, everyone? In left side, when you click on the learning, you can see Python tutorial, the first one, documentation, trainings. There are basic trainings which are available, 5-6 trainings which are available. But if you go to the Python tutorial, this is what you can learn about. Python easy to learn, powerful programming language. It all give the details about the tutorial. See, this is about what is your in detailed discussion about all the materials, whatever the materials about the Python, you will get from here. Understood? So as I said that they're the readable and free. As I remember yesterday, I said the one of the feature is Python is free. Open source is a software you can download open source. Free means material. Whatever the material you can get it. For example, here I'm going to get the material. For example, first topic. Let's say, if I talk about the numbers, it gives us some code about the numbers, right? It gives us some code about the numbers. So all the details, text and all. Okay. Once you go the topic, you can easily understand. Right? And third one is about first one. So we discuss about the community, we discuss about the learning, we discuss about the environment. So these are the different libraries which are available in your environment. For example, pandas. So these are the different search packages. For example, search packages. Pandas, see here. Which version is Pandas version 1.5? Pandas profile. Yes, go ahead. Right. So you have base load. So if you want anything load packages, loading the package and all, you can see here. You want to create, for example, you want to import, you want to backup, you want to clone anything, you can use here. For example, create. You want to create your own package. You want to create your own package. So you want to create your own package which is not available. So let's say you have created setup. What do you mean package? Collection of functions. Let's say you create one package. You want to keep your package into this folder, into your environment. You can use create function. By using create, you can do that. I will explain once you reach the topic of once you reach the topics of like libraries and all. And you can also see the documentation. You can also see the documentation, different documentation about the Anaconda and all, right? You can, it's a self-explanatory. And let's go back to the home. Let's go to the home. So these are the different library or different environments or different IDs we have. Majority of the time, especially in the industry, we use Jupyter Notebook. Why do we use Jupyter Notebook? Why don't you use something else? For example, why don't you use Spider? Right? Why don't you use Qt console? For example, can you see everyone see the launch Qt console? Everyone see the Qt console? Can you see the Qt console? Launch. Let's open the launch of the Qt console. Are you able to follow me? Everyone able to open the Qt console? So view, zoom in, control plus plus. So control plus plus, control shift plus plus. You want to make it big, right? Control plus plus. So print, I'm writing hello world. Enter. So input means first code you executed, then you got the print hello. But the drawback of this console is you can able to execute the command. However, if you want to work as a project, for example, in one day you cannot able to complete the project, entire project. So let's say you complete 5% in one day, next day only 1%. If you go with the Qt console, you cannot able to store as a package or as a project. It will be different. If you want to execute only particular commands as a practice point of view, then Qt console is the best option. Otherwise, Qt console is not the best option. For example, 2 plus 3, 5. But where do you save all my code? Let's say you have written the two commands. What is the first command we have written? Print hello world. Then I have executed 2 plus 3. Two commands you have executed. How do you save? Go to the file, save to HTML or XHTML. You cannot able to save as a code point of view. You cannot able to save as a code point of view. This is the one of the drawback with Qt console. That's what I said. Only for the practice purpose, we cannot use as a project because they don't have an option. Only work as a command. If you want to execute only particular command, this code would be helpful. Otherwise, it is not helpful. Make sense? Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? So print hello world 2 plus 3 is 5, right? Print hello world 2 plus 3 is 5. Make sense? Now, any questions? Any doubt? Perfect. Now, let me ask a second question. But that's the reason we are not going to use Qt console in our real world. Guys, any questions? Archana, Aparna, Anant, Chaitanya, Deepak, Arish, Kishore, Ramesh, Triveni, Tejashwini. Tejashwini, I think it is a first class. How are you?
Yeah.
Are you able to follow me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Okay, that is the rest. Next, let me cancel this one. Let me close this. We have another one called Spider. Another one is called Spider. Let me open the Spider. Active page code. Let's say the drawback Spider, the left hand side. We have how many screens? How many windows we have? Or how many screens you can see?
Two
How many
screens,
screens? Huh?
Three.
Three, right?
Three.
Three. The left
three.
side one. the left side one, where we have temp.py, right? Py is nothing but Python file. This is the editor where we can write our program. In the right side, top right side, right, where we can store the information, our data sets, or the tables will store. In the below console 1/a, can you see here? Everyone see the console 1/a? It is an output. Whatever the code you have executed in the editor window, the output will be displayed in console. For example, let's say I have executed, let's say I'm using a word called
Hi.
yeah, let's say 4 plus 3. I'm using 4 plus 3. Can you see the run button? This is the run button. See here. This is so let's say I executed hello world. Hello world. I mean, this is an old version which I've not used much. So this is the output is storing in console window. But major drawback. What is the major drawback? Why we don't? Console means output window is called console. Drawback. If you want to execute with a data set of 50,000, 1 lakh rows, 1 lakh rows, then Spider will take a lot of time because it works on single engine. The background of code works right, single engine. It does not support parallel processing. What do you mean by parallel processing? For example, let me show you one table notes. Where is the note? 1 second, guys. I should have opened the file early. I'll show you one example so that you can better understand it. Okay. So especially when you're working with a large data set, it is not recommended to use Spider. It is not recommended to use. For example, I have a table. Simple table. What do you mean by table? Table consists of a collection of or a combination of rows
Rows
and
and columns.
columns. Generally, in any database, normal database, relational database such as an SQL database or anything, it works row by row. So first row, second row, third row, fourth row. Once you complete the first, start executing the row number 1. If you complete entire first row, then it will go to second row. Once you complete the second row, then only it will go to third row and so on till last row. All right. So imagine you have a 1 billion records. 1 billion. What do you mean 1 billion records? 1 million means 10 lakhs, 100 crore records. So it will take a lot of time to execute. Right? So because of single processor or single engine, it will work row by row. Spider works on single engine. As it is a large volume of data, 1 billion record means large volume, right? 1 crore record. Hence, it takes a lot of time to execute the particular set of code. When you are performing operation on large volume of data sets. For example, your data set size is 100 records, 500 records, 5,000 records. Spider would work very fast, no issues. However, when you're working with large volume of data sets, then it will be a problem. To overcome this kind of situations, we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. There is a concept called in big data. Big data, when you have a large volume, there is a big data, or then a concept called PySpark. Python Spark. Spark, especially when you're dealing with the Spark. What happens? It will create entire data will store into cluster. Entire data store into node. Node will create multiple clusters. Multiple clusters. Cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, and so cluster n. Right? By default, we have 10 clusters. Here, let's say 100 records, easy to understand. Let's have 100 records. 100 records. How many clusters by default? 10 clusters, right? 10 clusters are 10. So how many records? So how many records data sets you have? 100 records. Each cluster it will store into 10 records. Because 10 into 10 is nothing but 100. Cluster 1 10 records, cluster 2 10, cluster 3 10, and so on 10. So all the 10 records are executing simultaneously. So obviously, how much time? Let's imagine one record to execute 10 seconds. How much time it will take to complete the 10 record? 10 seconds. Entire 100 records will be completed in 10 seconds. However, in the first case, it will be 100 seconds. Obviously, we are going to save 90 seconds. 1 by 10. It's a 0.10%, right? 10%. That means we are saving 90% of the time. Imagine if it is instead of 100 records, I have 10,000 records. What will happen now? In each cluster, how many records will store? 100 records, 1000 records, 1000. So it will complete in the 10% of the time. Maybe if you want, you can increase the clusters also. Right? This is called parallel. Each one executing parallel, right? This is called parallel processing. This is called parallel processing. Only one ID which is support parallel processing, that is called Jupyter Notebook. That is called Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter. Hence, people start using the Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter. What is a Jupyter? What is Jupyter? General meaning, English meaning. Jupyter is a planet. Aparna? What is Jupyter? Mohan, what is Jupyter?
It's a planet.
Planet. Oh, so planet will go fast, right? Simple. It will move fast, right? Throughout the moon or whatever it may be. Sun, look, whatever it may be. Sun, moon, anything you can call it. Okay, that is the reason. Note, and again, why we call notebook? One advantage with the notebook. Let me ask a simple question. Archana, no, Archana, not Nishil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you had dinner 2 days back?
Sir, I have done a daily basis oats at the
Daily
night.
oats. Daily. Okay, your daily
Yeah,
oats.
daily I have done.
Okay, then I should not ask you the question. Mohan,
Yeah.
what you had dinner 1 week ago? Or lunch?
Not
or
sure. Not
Not
sure.
sure. See, why I'm talking about this? Because what I had yesterday also is difficult to remember everyone. Imagine you have written one particular set of code 1 year ago. Do you know why you have written the particular code? Do you know the reason why you have written code after 1 year open? Definitely no. What if you write some comments? What if you write some notes? Then it will be easy to remember, right? Jupyter Notebook will work like as a textbook. It also work for visualization to show the image and all, and also work as a coding tool. For example, we want to know the formula for the distance between the two data points. It will be difficult to remember. What if I take one snapshot from Google and I paste in Jupyter Notebook? After 1 year, 10 years, it will be easy for you to remember the formula, right? Right? So it will work to store the images, to write as a text, as well as to write the code. It is a multi-purpose. We can use Jupyter Notebook. So hence we are going to use Jupyter Notebook in our course. Make sense, guys? Any questions, please?
So, Koti, Jupyter. Yeah.
Sorry,
Can I go ahead?
please.
Yeah.
So,
Jupyter is nothing but ideally, but it's more than ideally. It's like software.
Yes. So what you need to do, so spider and all, let's close it. And what you need to do, go to here, you see the Jupyter Notebook, and I'll explain theoretical part, then I'll talk about the Jupyter Notebook app. So can you someone read one by one point? So Jupyter Notebook app, it is a kind of app. It will run on a client server application. It will run on web, let's say Google browser, right? Google browser, any browser. It will run on browser, web browser. Simple to say, it run on web browser. I'll explain the first theoretical part and then I'll show you the practical. Okay. It will run on, so editing and running notebook document. I said right, it will help us to run edit document, notebooks, running and all. Editing and running notebook documents could be image is a document. Text is also document, right? All these things can be done via web browser. What is that? Web browser. Now, next question coming out. The Jupyter Notebook runs on web browser. Do you need internet connection? If you are scoping something in browser, web browser, definitely what we need internet connection. Fortunately, while running Jupyter Notebook, we don't need any internet connection. We don't require any internet connection. Make sense, Prashant? Jupyter Notebook executed on local desktop running on no internet access. Local desktop. So now local machine it will run. Local desktop means a local machine in your laptops or desktops. As I clearly mentioned, do we need internet connection? Definitely not required. Or can be installed on a remote server and accessed through internet. VM server, VMware, VM server, right? You might have said the VMs or anything you can install in VM. Also, you can access it. But when you install in VM, you must have to have the internet. Make sense? So,
Sir, I have one question.
yes, please go ahead.
Sir, you are saying that the Jupyter Notebook for Jupyter Notebook after installation, there is no required for internet, right? So,
Correct.
okay, so we are actually what with the documents also sent to without I mean internet or
Not required. For documents,
only
not required the internet. Not required.
okay, okay,
So a notebook kernel is a computational engine. Computational engine. So now tell me one question. Does Python is a low-level programming or high-level programming language?
High level.
high level program.
High level.
Does computer can understand high-level programming language?
No,
No.
sir.
So whatever the program you have written high-level programming that need to be converted into low-level
No level
programming
program.
language.
That's it.
So here the notebook kernel, as I said, that kernel is a computation engine that execute the code contained in notebook or document. So whatever the code we are writing in Jupyter Notebook or a particular document, that will be executed through kernel. That will be executed through kernel, right? That will be executed to kernel, which contains notebook or what kernel does, it helps us to convert the program from high-level programming language to low-level programming language. Make sense? Okay, notebook dashboard. Let me explain you. So if you see the screen, visualize, then you can better understand about this one. Okay. So
Yes, given.
sorry. Yes, please. Okay. So what we need to do? No, already you installed, right? Already installed. So go to search button, Jupyter Notebook. Search on Jupyter Notebook. What happened? Jupyter Notebook. You can see Jupyter Notebook Anaconda. See, it will open the Jupyter Notebook. It will open on. So this is how it look like. This is how it look like. Uday, bring your laptop. This is how it look like. For you first, here, as I said that you open in the web browser, open it, Jupyter Notebook. See, first you can see when you open the Jupyter book on the browser on the URL, you can see localhost 8888 or 8889, either 8888 or 8889, where which highlighted, right? After that, you can see that the below you can see three things. One is on the left side quit, sorry, right side quit or log out. Log out means logging out. And the you can see three folders kind of thing, such as files, running, and here you can able to see the IPython cluster on my screen. However, for you can see the clusters. For you can see the clusters. As I said, Jupyter Notebook works for parallel processing. You need to install. See, cluster tab is now provided by IPython. IPython is nothing but interactive Python parallel. Have you seen that word? Parallel means it will execute the parallel. So if you execute this, you can see how many engines you want. Like clusters, 10 engines. By default, Spider works on a single engine. But you want to work on 2 engines, 3 engines kind of thing. But how do you get this? I will explain later. Give me some time. Let's go to the file. Okay, understood? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubts? Any questions?
Sir, what is the use of its Python cluster, sir?
So that's what parallel processing, to execute the parallel processing.
Okay.
Right? It is not showing something for you correctly. Not installed correctly, sir. Old system.
Yeah, Koti,
Not the
in
new
real
system.
time, do we use Jupyter Notebook?
Yeah, in real time we use Jupyter Notebook only. In real time we use Jupyter Notebook only. Okay. Now what I would request all of you. So as we are going to write the codes every day. So I would recommend all of
Yes.
you create one folder. Create one folder. Where do you create one folder? Like I mean, I use trainings. So classes, where is the classes? I mean, these are different batches I thought about. So create one folder called, what is the batch timing? DS or AI batch. AI batch, right? AI batch, right? AI month May 2024. So I create one folder. So here you can write folders like codes. Next, create one more folder called material. Okay. Create one more folder called archive.
ये क्या लगाया जी ना? अच्छा लगाया हम क्या काहे ना तो ऐसा हो गया.
Create a folder called archive. Archive means unnecessary files. You can keep it, right? Material means all the material which you found from internet or which you shared and everything you can store here, right? Codes, whatever the codes, right? Make sense? Now, what you need to do, go to Jupyter Notebook. You can see where OneDrive, I said the OneDrive, right? Data, trainings, like classes. AI, can you see this is the folder which I created? Codes. This is the now notebook list is empty. As of now, all the notebook list. Here you can see two things, right? Upload and new. Can you see? Upload and new. When you click on the new, you can see Python 3 kernel. Everyone see that? Same Python 3 kernel. Are you able to follow me, guys? Or do you want me to repeat again? Are you able to follow me, or do you want me to repeat?
Repeat, sir. Repeat once, sir.
See, first what I did. Now, are you clear about this point? First of all,
No, I'm not.
not clear this also.
No. So where drive comes.
So do you know how did we open the, let's say, let me open it again. So go to the search button, open
Yeah,
Jupyter. Listen carefully, guys, please. Listen carefully. Go to the search button. I'm open the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, Prashant. Jupyter Notebook. So when you open the Jupyter Notebook for the first time, you can see three things: files, running, IPython cluster. For you, it shows the clusters because you have not installed the parallel processing. How to install the parallel processing, we'll discuss later about that. So first we need to open the Jupyter Notebook. How does it look like? Before open the Jupyter Notebook, in your local machine, create one folder. It contains, or you can store all your course and entire your course. You can store all your corresponding codes day by day. Am I right? So what I did, I saved OneDrive, data, trainings, classes, AIM. So our course is AI, right? Which month it is? May, year 2024. Hence I create a folder called AIM, May 2024. And here I created three folders such as material, codes, and archive. Archive means unnecessary files, unwanted files you can store here. Right? Codes means codes. Material means any useful information you can store in the material. It will be easy for you to read going forward. I'm click on the codes. When you click on the codes, everyone can able to see the notebook list is empty. Are you able to follow me, guys?
just a
Yes,
quick.
yes.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
create a OneDrive. You create.
No, it is my local mission. OneDrive, it is my local mission. There is no guarantee it should be, everyone should be look like the same.
But I'm not
No,
getting it. Okay, so you create a data folder
I created a folder in OneDrive.
on your OneDrive. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Yeah. For you, there is no guarantee, no need to be in OneDrive. It should be in your local, somewhere in the local
Okay.
mission. D
Okay,
drive,
good.
C drive, anywhere.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Everyone clear? Lahari?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one, once you have seen this notebook list empty, on the right side, you can see upload and new. Upload and new. There in the new, you can see Python 3. Python 3. When you click on the Python 3, this is how it looks like. Automatically, the code will go and store into your folder. Codes. I use from codes folder, right? You can say untitled IPYNB. What do you mean by IPYNB? Untitled is the file name. For example, untitled could be, let's say, I change untitled means today date. What is the today date? 23rd 05 May. Introduction Python. It will be easy, right? Introduction Python. So automatically the file name has been changed to 2305 May Introduction Python. Make sense?
So if I created one file, so it will automatically save in that folder which we have created.
Because I have taken the file from there itself, right? I have given the path location, the same path, right?
Right.
See, I have taken the path from the same path right here.
Okay.
Anywhere you can give, don't worry about the path for now. Now, this is how Jupyter Notebook look like. Here, first thing, what do you see here? File. These are the file. You want to open a new notebook, you can use open. If you want any open existing file, you can open, make copy, save, rename, print, download as you want to download as a PDF, Python, PDF via HTML, latex, all this. Rishit, can you please keep your mic in mute?
Okay.
Right. And here, if you come down, code, see, can you see the code? Everyone see the code, right? Everyone see the code? See my cursor, everyone.
Yes.
You can see the drop
Yes,
down.
yes.
You can see the drop down. If it is code means automatically you can see as by default input. For example, print hello world. You can use control enter or control enter shortcut, or you can use, can you see the run button? You can use run button, or you can use the shortcut control enter. Executed first code. Can you execute this, everyone? Can you execute this, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Shahid, are able to follow me? Hema, Rajit, Deepak,
Yes, sir.
please
How
fast.
find where is the default folder this notebook is saved on it?
Not see, you can search in the URL. You see in the URL, you can find where it is located in your
Oh.
local.
Okay, it's okay. Mine is different. Okay, great, thanks.
Right. Next thing, now we execute the code. Let's say I execute another code 2 plus 3. Shortcut, what is the shortcut? Control enter.
Control enter.
Automatically the file. If you use the control enter, remember the one point. It will execute current. Please. Listen, guys. 1 second. I'll answer it. Please. If you use control enter, it will execute the current cell. And it will not create new empty cell. Shift enter. Alt enter. Sorry. Try to understand very clearly, please. Some of them are focusing and some of them are not focusing. Here I am choosing the which mode in a drop down box. I have chosen the code mode, which means current notebook, if it is in code mode, it will act like as a execution mode. If it is in the code mode, you can see the input 1. That means you execute the input 1. Print hello world. Input 3. Where is input 2? Because we have executed multiple. For example, I said 5 into 10. Now you see the input, but I have not executed, right? So if I want to execute, I use a shortcut called run. Automatically, when you execute the run, it gives the input is 4, and also by default, it create new empty cell. Make sense? Make sense, guys? Everyone? Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, one drawback. I'll tell you one drawback. Next is 10 by 2. If I use shortcut called control enter, when I execute the run command, when I execute the run button, when you click on the run button, what happens? It will execute the current cell and also create new empty cell. Make sense? Now I'm using a shortcut called control enter. When I click on control enter, it executes the current cell but not created new empty cell. In order to create new empty cell, we use alt enter. Understood? Confusion? Let me write down in the. So to compile the code, compile or execute code, we use run command, run button in notebook. Shortcut, we use shortcut control plus enter, execute current cell, but not create new empty cell. To overcome this issue, what we need to do? Alt enter, execute current cell, plus create new empty cell. New empty cell. We have executed multiple times. If you execute multiple, our number gets changed. Are you clear, everyone? Is it clear? Okay. Now, any doubt about this point? Kindly let me know.
We can use shift enter as well, no? For the same thing.
I shift enter. If you, let's say, if I write 66 into 7, shift enter also does same. Shift enter, alt enter. Control enter means execute the current cell, it will not create new cell. Shift enter, alt enter also does the same task as both are same. Create exit current cell and create the new empty cell. Now let's see which mode it is notebook now. Code mode. Now I change from code mode to markdown mode. Listen, I change from code to markdown. Now we'll be able to see in no. When you change to markdown, it will act as a document notebook. Notebook act as a document, like you can write text and everything. Markdown means down text book. So I write something hash. I'll tell you the shortcut. There are the different shortcuts. I'll explain about that. First hash introduction to, let's say, I can write open source free, let's say exception handling, large stand library. Right. And again shift enter. See. Now it acts like your textbook, right? To like act like as
How
a
you make this title as a bold introduction to Python?
I will tell you, madam. I will tell. Let's understand the first basics. I
Okay.
will take all the shortcuts, how to write the proper document. I will tell you. I will take one separate session on this. Let's explore the basic things. Okay, Archana ji?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, as you say that first I input one and that after that we are shifted to the second line. I mean the second cell. The second input is not showing, right? Because that we have.
Because I've executed the particular cell multiple times. For example, now it is input 7 is now it's you can input 7, right? If I execute again, now you cannot see the 7, you can see the 8. Understood, Nishit?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Okay, in the same line that you have actually run a other query, and that's why that the multiple, because of the multiple query that we have actually taken, that's why it's not showing.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. Okay, right. Now you can see. So you can see help. I will explain all the help. You can see the edit keyboard shortcuts. Notebook help, custom, all these things. Right? Okay. You can also see the help, edit keyboard shortcuts. See, these are the different shortcuts. You cannot, it is difficult to get everything in day one. Let's understand one by one. Daily, as we are practicing, you get more and more. Right? Clear? Now widgets, download, save notebook, embedded widgets, all this thing. Or if you want to insert cell or below, view, if you want to view, toggle toolbar, cell toolbar, right? Any tags and all. We'll discuss all the in detail about it. Let's understand the basic code. You start writing that basic code, you'll get more and more. Now, any questions? Any doubts? So that is what just introduction to IDE. There is one more IDE. One more IDE. This is I'm just giving the introduction. Tomorrow onwards we'll work on it. There is one more IDE called. Let me close this. There is one more thing called Jupyter Lab. If you go to the Anaconda Navigator, can you see Jupyter Lab? Can you see Jupyter Lab?
Yes.
Let me open the Jupyter Lab, how it works. But majorly we'll focus on Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Lab also as your this thing, as your Jupyter Notebook. But this thing is slightly different. You can see app data and all. You can see file by names. You want to upload some files, all these things. But if you open Python 3, you can write the code here. And all the code files, different code files you can see here. See, this is the codes you can see, the files. For example, Spark introduction. Cohort, different files you can see. That we don't have an option there. You can we have some better option here. Not clear? But in real world, when you're working in organizations like banks, where you have tight security, like some MNC based companies, instead of using Jupyter Notebook directly, here also the same. There is no difference. It is a Jupyter Notebook. You can change to code to markdown, everything same. For example, execute this, code means same. Print, hello world, shift enter, same, no difference. You can mark down to markdown, everything you can do some. So introduction to Python, right? Like open source, free, let's say memory management. I'm just giving the example, guys.
So just for commenting, right, sir?
Yeah, commenting. But the one benefit is you can see the left hand. On the left hand side, you can see the folders. You can create your own folder. You can see all the files. You can whatever the file you want to get. You want to upload the files, any files into your folder. Automatically you can get. For example, you want to see particular code, multiple codes, untitled code. Right? You want to get moving some code. Some code you want to see multiple files. It will be easy. As a fresher, Jupyter Lab works much better. And Jupyter Notebook also does the same task as Jupyter Lab. There is no difference. But only one advantage of Jupyter Lab is on the left hand side, you can see what are the different codes you have seen. Sorry, where is that? OneDrive. See here, OneDrive. In the OneDrive data. So trainings, where is the trainings? This is the same. You can see the classes. We created this folder. You can see everything. You can just copy paste everything, whatever you require. All the codes you can see the left hand side. We don't have that option in Jupyter Notebook. Whatever the data you want to see, what data sets you have, whether the data set is being created or not, you want to check directly. This would be helpful, right? So, as requested, as everyone interest, we can use either Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab, the same task. In tomorrow onwards, we'll start working on Jupyter Notebook. As the basics, we covered about IDE and everything. In tomorrow, as a module 1 is completed as in the course, we'll discuss about module 2. In the module 2, in tomorrow we are going to cover about the module 2. In the module 2, we will talk about module 1 is completed. Module 2 will talk about the concept of variables and data types. This is the module 2. Tomorrow on Saturday, we'll finish the module 2. Okay. Then slowly we'll go to the module 3. But I would request, still I observed, I noted that few students did not few students did not install these things, Jupyter Notebook and or Python, Anaconda Python. I would request all of you, please kindly install Jupyter Notebook by today itself, so that simultaneously along with me, you can practice the class. Okay, PyCharm is other one. PyCharm is like as a Jupyter Notebook. It also supports the parallel processing, but the only one disadvantage with the PyCharm, when you deploy the model, PyCharm works much better. Advantage with the PyCharm when you deploy the machine learning model or deep learning model. That is one of the drawback in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, one class I can show you how to use PyCharm, but first, if you want, instead of jumping the multiple IDs, let's focus on the one ID. We will focus on one ID is called Jupyter Notebook. For until machine learning, we will use Jupyter Notebook. For deep learning onwards, we will use Google Colab. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow.